That was Ali Maqbool with a live report on the latest from Cairo. Let's get the views now of retired Brigadier General Ayman Salama, teaches at Cairo's military academy. So you must have some insight and knowledge of what the army are up to. Can you clarify one point for us at the beginning? Why is President Morsi under arrest?
Actually, there have been many accusations and charges from the military during the last or the recent months in the disagreement between the army topped by Chief General LCC, on the other hand, the presidency topped by President Morsi, concerning in particular the national security over there in Sinai, and with the tunnels coming from the jihadists, extremists and Hamas elements personnel from Gaza Strip into Sinai, leading to the killing in just only 5 minutes of 16 or 17 guards, troops, and the president refused the army to reveal the names after investigation. I mean, bodily and medical investigations for the bodies. This is number one, and probably there will be military charges against the president, the disposed president being the supreme commander of the army, of the Egyptian armed forces.
That's a fascinating answer. Let me just get you to slow down there a bit. You're saying that the main offence from the army's point of view,
yes,
was that President Morsi,
yes,
was too helpful to Hamas.
That's in particular, I mean, criminally speaking, he actually threatened the national and the military highest interests, security interests to the army and to the whole nation by actually collaborating to Hamas and facilitating something to Hamas against the interests of the army, security army, especially in Sinai. That's why I'm telling you.
But he's the president, so
yes,
he can decide what policy he has towards Hamas or Israel or any of these issues. That's his right, surely.
Theoretically and legally speaking, in books, he is the president and the supreme commander, but he is the first civilian super commander, civilian president to the whole nation. That's why there have been misunderstanding from the president to the national security effort. Security and that endangers and jeopardizes the national security. Bearing in mind the geopolitical and the military actually features of a state like Egypt with neighboring countries, especially Israel and Hamas. That's why there have been many, not only one, many points of disagreements between the president and the military. And let me repeat it again. The military asked the president many times to give them orders, directives to block, to shut off all tunnels with Gaza, but the president claimed that there have been many humanitarian actually sympathies with our neighbors in Hamas, in Gaza, to let them have a breath against the Israeli blockade against Gaza Strip.
I don't want to sort of caricature your argument too much, but I think there are lots of people in the West, and quite a few in Egypt, who think the army did this to defend liberal Egypt. But in fact, you did it to defend Israel.
You mean the army? No, I do not think so. I do not think so directly and frankly speaking. The army actually cannot, as being a military, not a police or security forces, cannot engage or combat and serve effectively and successfully all terrorists activities in Sinai. The army is not experienced and qualified to this. This is universal world military doctrine. That's why it is not actually, in fact, Israel, but it is the Egyptian national interests. But we could not actually devaluate the mutual and important mutual cooperation in intelligence and security between the Egyptian armies and also the Israeli Defense Army. We cannot ignore this reality.
Very interesting interview. Thank you very much for explaining that to us. That was retired Brigadier General Ayman Salama there. Let's get